Hey, what's up? This is Kevin from Kevin's Barbecue Joints, and in this episode of 10 Minutes With, I get a chance to talk to Matt Horn from Matt Horn Barbecue in Oakland, California. I check back in because his 2018 was phenomenal. We get all into that, and then we talk about 2019 and what you guys can look forward to, what we can all look forward to. Such an inspirational guy, such a passionate person when it comes to life as well as barbecue. It really does come across, and without further ado, we'll get into this. If you like what you see, like what you're hearing, please subscribe. That way you don't miss out on anything. But enjoy this with Matt. Good morning, Matt.
Morning, man. How you doing today?
I am doing all right. How are you doing today?
Good, good, man.
So,
Grateful.
yeah, so let's. I want to just jump right in and talk about. You had a great 2018. Do you want to? Can we talk a little bit of some highlights and what that was like for
Yeah,
you?
yeah. No, no, definitely, man. 2018 definitely was. 2018 was a really great year in terms of growth, um, understanding where we are, where we're going as a brand. Um, our pop-ups continue to grow. That was always a learning experience because every opportunity I have to cook is always a learning experience. So to be able to go out and cook as much as we were cooking, because I was cooking a lot of food,
Yeah,
man.
you were.
And then, where every time I cook, I'm just like, I got to get a bigger pit, I got to get a bigger smoker. And so to be able to go out and do that, and then also to interact with everyone that came, because, they're coming to me, and, my wife's working the register, and I'm at the block, so I'm like high fiving it with everybody, handshaking, giving bumps, and it was just really cool to be able to do that, man. And then that was awesome. And then we cooked at AT&T Park.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. How was that? And I'll try to put a link to that, or at least if you people search your Instagram, they could find it.
Yeah, yeah. Nike had an event where they rented out AT&T Park, and grateful to be able to get hired to do that job. So we did that, and we were like the only ones to have an offset smoker out there on the baseball diamond.
That
And
was,
yeah, that was awesome. It was just, it was a lot. There was a few different companies that put that thing together, man, that were awesome. That were based out of like the Seattle area, Oregon.
that must have been so surreal to be standing there.
You know what? It was. It really was. And, the whole time I'm just like, okay, I want to make sure everything's on point. I want to make sure that, the food is, cooked to perfection, the best of my ability. And they were like, hey, we want to come up and kind of introduce you guys to everybody. So they introduced us. And while we're up there on the stage, I can kind of see, like, while I was talking, I was like, I was just, like, thank you. And then I can kind of see, like, on my peripheral that it was on, like, the big screen.
Oh, that's really cool.
Kind of saw it move around, but it wasn't until afterwards where I saw it, like, on pictures or on a video, that we were, like, on that huge jumbotron screen. I was, wow.
That is amazing, and that's something that not a lot of people, like even barbecue people, would ever experience. It's a very unique experience.
Definitely, definitely. So that was cool, man. And then literally just as we closed out the year, literally just in a position where we're just like, okay, we need to find, kind of find like our home, kind of have like that set place of where we're going to be. So we've been actively trying to find a location.
So do you feel, I guess that's a good transition to 2019. Do you feel like that's going to happen this year, or you're going to push for that?
You know what? I feel in 2019, that our flagship location will come.
Hmm.
That's what we're pushing for. We're hoping that we can work it out, because one of the biggest challenges is just finding, one, the right location, but then also somewhere to be able to house, Lucille, my smoker, and her friends.
What do you have another? Have you ordered another smoker, or do you have just Lucille?
Yeah, I'm in the process, man, now, right? Just getting another cooker, just to be able to handle capacity, because
Mhm.
we did what we've done with, what we have right now. I've tried to make it work. It's been like uh, kind of like an educational piece where it's just like, we would run out, and you just kind of have to kind of explain the guests, because of course we're grateful that they come, but just to kind of, explain, like, hey, what, we cook to capacity, and in order for us to deliver our product fresh and do what we
Mhm.
do, this is all we have right now. So that was a challenge. But like I said, man, 2018 was a beautiful experience, man. It was a learning experience, and we're grateful to for this year, man.
How many different cities did you cook in? I know you cooked in Los Angeles.
Cooked in Los Angeles. Well, we cooked in Los Angeles. We did our stuff in the Bay Area.
In
I
Texas,
went
right?
back. Yeah, we went to Texas. I got with the Brewers Table with Chef Zach Hunter, and that team over there is just amazing, man.
Was that
Ama-
Evan Leroy too?
Evan, so look, so Zach was just like, hey man, if you're gonna come out this way, like it'd be cool to do a dinner, and then just the fact that I'm just like, yeah, of course, man, like like anything, like whatever you guys want, because him and Jake over there, they have a beautiful program, beautiful restaurant, and then he was just like, well, why don't we get Evan Leroy, to be a part of it, and I've always loved Evan. Evan is just like
Well, he's
awesome.
stud. He's a
Yeah, he is, man. And so these guys came together and we put this thing together, man. It was like a vegetable focus. It was like real focus on vegetable. And that was something that was a little bit different, a little bit out of my comfort zone. But pretty much what it did was kind of force me to, be creative and kind of come up with something new. So we ended up doing that. And, the event was sold out. Everyone enjoyed it. That was awesome. And then, to be able to meet everybody that came and, everybody showed up. It was cool.
It looked beautiful. It looked like a beautiful experience. It
Yeah.
just and I think that's one thing maybe I'd like to kind of touch on with you a little bit too is that a lot of people who watch this are aspiring to kind of do what you're doing, and you've always approached it with positivity
Yeah.
and with determination. And so, is there any advice that you can give someone that is just starting out, because you haven't been doing this for a really long time? It's a kind of a short time if you look at the scheme of things.
You know what? I would just say for anybody looking to get into it, just, figure out, okay, hey, you know what? This is the direction that I'm going to go. Um, of course, you want to put thought into any idea that you have, but just go out, do it, make it happen. You know what? When I first started out, before I even had my cooker, and people, they know the story, are familiar with the story. Some people, but before I even started out, I was just like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go out and do it. My wife, she was just like, well, what are you gonna cook on? And then I'm just like, okay, let me tackle this first. Let me get something to cook on first, and then go to the next step. So kind of just, having a clear plan about how I was gonna do it. Initially, it wasn't like, hey, I'm just gonna start off doing pop-ups. I started at the local farmers market. I tried to find different events to, kind of go and be a part of or join as a vendor. So, doing things like that. But I would just say go for it, and just be relentless.
Yeah.
It may seem tough. It's hard work, of course. I didn't realize when I got it, before I got into it, I was just like, hey, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna cook barbecue. It is very hard work, especially to be able to do what we do and just the dedication and commitment to the craft.
And stay consistent. And
Yeah, right. And consistency, consistency is definitely, essential. But just to go out, do it, have fun, enjoy what you're doing. So as long as you love and enjoy what you're doing, like you'll never work a day in your life.
and it shows with you. It shows that you love it, and I definitely see that. And also too, if people are watching this and they want to be able to connect with you or at least eat your food this year, what would be the best way to get a hold of you, or just I guess Instagram would be the best way to follow you.
Well, yeah, Instagram. Usually with Instagram, if you want to just like reach me like directly,
Hmm.
shoot me a DM. I'll respond back. If I don't get back to you within a day or so, I'll get back to you.
Hmm.
Um, Instagram is great, and then also our website, hornbarbecue.com.
Okay.
We're putting a lot more information on there. And this year, what I want to do, because last year I would kind of just, kind of put the pop-ups out there. This year, I want to kind of have it where people have an idea where they can kind of plan around it. Because it's kind of, just trying to find the different locations to do it at.
Hmm.
That's why it's so important for us to try to find just a location.
Hmm.
We'll have that. We'll have like a schedule on the website and everything like that. So
Like kind of
just
a month or two in advance, maybe like at
right.
least 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, that's smart. That's good. That's good for people because
Yeah,
they'd like to plan, and also people
yeah,
that are planning from LA to come up or type.
absolutely. And we had a bunch of people flying in, and that was another thing that we were grateful for, man. And I was just like, wow. And it's like when I put the pop-ups out there, they're about a week and a half, 2 weeks ahead of time. So it's just like for people to make plans around that and everything. Like we were grateful for that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to make plans around that too. So
Definitely,
it's a real thing.
definitely. And we're excited, man.
Well, cool. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you
I
for
appreciate
what
it.
because the future is just it's so bright. I want to jump into I have these three questions that I ask people,
Right.
but they're kind of random. But
No problem.
if you weren't doing what you're doing right now, what would be an ideal or a dream job for you?
Wow. I wasn't cooking.
Or
I don't
as a
know.
kid, was there something you wanted to do?
I was real big on sports, so of course, I wanted to get into sports and do that and everything. But it's like once I started cooking, like not even just cooking in
Hmm.
general, it's a peace came over me, man, that I just can't explain. So it's like I truly enjoy cooking, but if I wasn't, I don't know. That's a tough one, man. Probably like working with children, probably working with children.
That would be fulfilling too.
Definitely, no, definitely, yeah.
Second question is, what are you listening to right now, or what's your favorite album?
You know what? I listen to honestly, I listen to a lot of Jay-Z and I listen to a lot of Sinatra.
Nice. That's an
I'm a big
interesting
thing.
mix.
It is. It's like I'll listen to the new Jay. I'll listen, Jay, Nas, and then I'll listen to, Sinatra, or I'll listen to Dean Martin or like Count Basie.
That's eclectic.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great.
Usually when I'm like trimming or cutting meat or just like cooking in general, literally. So it's like I'll probably have a mashup once we do open up a spot, like kind of have a mashup of kind of like Muddy Waters, some Frank. Just kind of like kind of mix it up, kind of have like a cool vibe.
And it's a different vibe. It's a great vibe. That's really
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
nice. That's it, and that's like a Matt Horn vibe. Really, that it really is. Definitely. You'll have to make like a Spotify playlist that people could listen to while they cook.
Right, a little bit of encore by Jay, and then kind of mix it up and fly me to the moon.
If anybody has the chance just to shuffle through, because Jay Z is amazing, but if they shuffle through Sinatra, they'll be surprised how many songs they know and that are.
It's so awesome. I love it. The style, the class.
It was a
This
cool time, a really cool time for music.
These guys are icons, man.
Definitely. And then lastly, what's your favorite restaurant right now that's not barbecue?
Favorite restaurant right now that is not barbecue, I would say Brewer's Table and Junie SF. Junie is a sushi restaurant. It's like, yeah, the chef over there, I mean, literally gives you a story and tells a story with each dish.
Ah,
And they're literally, as he's preparing it, he's giving you the story, give you the preparation of it. And it was just like, it was a beautiful experience. I was taken away. They recently got a they maintain their Michelin star that they have, and amazing. And then Brewer's Table, like the things that Zach, just in that time period while we were there, just some things, just his thought process on what they're doing there at the restaurant. And it's crazy, man.
yeah, I want to visit there
It's,
so
it
badly.
was, it was, I was just kind of like, wow. But then the food was just amazing.
So from the location to the food to the thought process behind the food,
They're doing an amazing job.
uh,
They're doing an amazing job.
that's
Yeah,
great. That's actually a great shout out, and I definitely want to visit. I'd love to go visit there and film there and talk to them because I think that
you'll love
that's
it. You'll
excellent. Well, Matt, thank you for what you're doing. I know there's a lot of people that shoot me DMs and say like, what's Matt up to, and like there's a buzz around you because I think people really like they love your positivity and they love your passion.
I appreciate that, and thank you, man, for even allowing me to come and speak with you and everything. I'm
No,
grateful.
I'm
You keep doing what you're doing, man, because you're doing a great job.
thank you so much. I'm just happy to call you a friend. Definitely.
Oh yeah, bro, family, man.
Family. Well, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday.
All right, bro.
Take
Sounds
it
good,
easy.
man.
Great talking to you. Hope to see you
I
soon.
appreciate it. Thank you,
All right.
man.